All right, hello and welcome everyone to the first and many art activities in the month of May, hosted by Usura. My name is Silberto and I'm the Usura web editor. Before we get started, I want to let everybody know that this event will be recorded. So if you don't want to share your screen, feel free and turn off your camera. We're going to share this event with the rest of the community, so those who weren't able to participate today can still have access to the information. So this is Conversations with an Artist, where you will learn about the work that artists in our community are doing. Today we will see a performance by Dr. Amrita Pal and learn about dance and neuroscience. It will be really interesting. I will post the link to the website where you can preview all upcoming activities. So I'll share that at the end of this video. I also want to give a special thank you to everyone involved in coordinating the various activities. This includes Maria, Sofia, Amrita, Aparamita, Zach, and countless other volunteers. So thank you. If it weren't for your support and help, um, we would have a difficult time pulling this off. So a little bit about Dr. Pal. She is a trained neuroscience whose current research at UCLA is on mind-body interactions. She is skilled in meditation, yoga, martial arts, dance, and singing. She has conducted several workshops in the States and in India on the same. So with that, I will start her presentation or her performance, and then I'll let her take it away with her presentation afterwards.
Bibi Sanam jone, anor sistone. Bibi Sanam jone, anor sistone. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joy Sanam jone. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joy Sanam jone. Bibi Sanam jone, anor sistone. Bibi Sanam jone, anor sistone. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joy Sanam jonim. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joy Sanam jonim. Kasi harfi dili moro nadonist. Bibi Sanam jonim, anor sistonim. Bahai mafali moro nadonist. Bibi Sanam jonim, anor sistonim. Bajus tufan kasi dar shar gharbat. Bibi Sanam jonim, anor sistonim. نشانی محفلی ما را ندانست. بیبی سنم جانه منار سیستانم. بیبی سنم جانه انار سیستانه. بیبی سنم جانه انار سیستانه. بدروازی تاج قرخان جای سنم جانم. بدروازی تاج قرخان جای سنم جانم. دلی نازک تر از اندیشه دارم. بیبی سنم جانه منار سیستان. Bibi Sanam chone, anor sistane. Bibi Sanam chone, anor sistane. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joyet Sanam chone. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joyet Sanam chone. Bibi Sanam chone, anor sistane. Bibi Sanam chone, anor sistane. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joyet Sanam chone. Badarvozi toj Qur'an joyet Sanam chone.
Thanks. So I was going to talk about, thank you, what is the interest that you have in about dance and why do you think it may be beneficial? For me, dance is just entertaining and fun, and it also gets me out of my head. So if there is a lot of worries that I have, it allows me to center myself and not worry about the things that is not in my control. And that's how I think dance is beneficial. So what do you guys have to say?
Yes, I love to dance, but I'm not need not a little as good as you. But for Latin American people, dance is very related to celebrations and be together and also meet new people. And we have the fiesta, the party. Um, eh, it's for me is when we are dancing. I feel I am with other people. We are sharing something. Even if it is the same song, and also I think it's fun, make us happy, and it's a good um, like healthy exercise also. I really
Right.
like it. I really miss it from the pandemic.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to ask, what inspires you? Like, what connects you to your dance?
Oh, it is. I am actually when I'm very anxious, I feel like my body is already like either shaking or it's not steady. I have no attention. I have lack of focus, and I turn on music and I automatically feel that the rhythmic movements in the body, which we call dance, is helping me calm down and also release a lot of that frustration or anxiety that I'm feeling within. So honestly, Maria, it's a great compliment that I can dance well, but I can tell you that I've seen so many dancers who never had training as a kid, but still, like even culturally, it becomes such a huge component. I think it's there in all culture, and I do have a slide later about that. So it is almost an expression of you. So it kind of makes you feel that you're not alone. So I agree with you, Mariam, that that's how I kind of relate to dancing because it makes me feel that I am not alone. I'm in a safe environment. I am able to. I'm in a secure location. So you can think of it as a response, as a coping mechanism to make believe that oh everything is okay, even if things are not okay. So when you are like they say in the air, in the flight, that you have to first put on your armor before you help others. So in a pandemic crisis situation, before we can be productive, before we can be a useful member of society, I think it's important we take care of ourselves, making sure that it does not bother other people. So I cannot reach out to anybody in person. But if I'm posting a dance video online, it's my way of connecting to others. I may look ridiculous. I may not be a good dancer, but even just bringing out my heart, like it's like wearing the heart on the sleeve. But in this case, it's the dancing sleeve. It's like the sleeve you wear when you're dancing. So um, yeah, that's how I connect to dance. Thanks for the question, Gilberto. Do you have any experience that you want to share?
Uh, um, I have two left feet, so I can't dance at all. I think the only experience I had was in our wedding. I took about 3 to 4 weeks of dance lessons just so I could dance for our wedding, but you wouldn't be able to tell that I had practice because I it was just like very basic.
I'm sure you were great. And if we ask you to show the dance now, you will perform it perfectly. Actually, that's what one of my plans are. I don't know how many people end up showing towards the end, but I'll ask each one of you to show me some dance poses, even if you don't want to get up from your seat, like even just sitting there, some movement that you think is helpful and that you can connect to. I'll do that at the end of this. So dance is known to improve mood. So this is a yoga rave that I went to in 2015, I think. Yeah. So here is the instructor, and then we all were. It was a Valentine's Day, and I didn't have a Valentine, but so I went there and I danced with all these people whom some of them I knew, some of them I did not know, but it was there was this calm meditative music, and then suddenly the beats would go up and down, and it was very helpful. Like for that moment I did not have frustration or anxiety. It just felt like I was connecting to the world outside without specifically to one person. And that experience actually helps me now during the pandemic times, because I'm not with other people, so I can at least pretend that I have this connection to the big world outside of me. And so if you look at the science behind it, uh, it's known that dance helps improve mood, and it decreases depression, improves psychomotor skills. So the steps that I caught from like going to these workshops, it created a memory in me, which the body remembers, and now it is playing out the same sort of steps, even me without me having to actually think through much. So it's almost like you have learned some steps that you can just replay when you need it, when your body needs it. It's almost like a martial arts thing where you learn how to move your body, and given a certain circumstance which is favorable or unfavorable, you know how to respond just automatically. So that's one thing I wanted to share. And how does dance helps improve health? So this is from Billy Bob's, which is a cowboy thing from Texas. So we had a group of people from our church that I don't know anything about, like Western culture much. Like this was new for me, but we went to this Billy Bob's and were line dancing there. And it was an experience. It's not necessary that you already know certain steps, but you can pick up new steps once you know that it benefits you, or if it is fun, right? So for in this case, I was not thinking that I'm doing this for improving my health. I was just having fun. But when you come to the science behind this, you can tell that indeed there is better balance, there is better motor control when you learn those steps. So what was fun was actually what my body needed to learn so that I can have these fine motor skills that helps me maintain balance. So as we are aging, our balance tends to get affected. However, these studies show that the brain plasticity can change, and you end up having an enhanced motor learning ability that becomes very handy, especially as we're growing older, and that the connectivity between the neurons kind of tend to decrease. So once we have practiced these skills as a young adult, it becomes useful as we grow older. So uh, keep practicing. So that's the take home message from here. And we were discussing this before that, yes, so this is all about culture. So different cultures have different expressions. This particular dance event was organized by an Indian origin lady, but her partner was French. And although the culture was so different, but there is something about music and dance which unites everybody. So, irrespective of platforms, I think, and irrespective of cultures, we have this opportunity to connect through dance. And I'm not saying dance is the only thing. There's food and there's other things, but of course, dance too. So if you want, we can practice together in social media platforms. And here is my the page, Facebook page that I use, and these are some of the places that I have gone to. I mentioned Art of Living Foundation, where I did the yoga rave, and then I mentioned martial arts. I practice this now, and even if these practices apparently are so different from each other, but I do find that at the very essence of it is that these practices are all talking about how to maintain balance, which is something I think we could all use, especially during these really hard, challenging times. Even UCLA Recreation has got several dance videos and several other practices that help us, obtain this, trying to help with well-being. So there's a word for it in neuroscience called salutogenesis. I just learned it recently too. It's like, what are some of the activities you do to stay healthy? So that I think I want to encourage in every one of you to try whatever activity it is that
Just in learning more about dancing, I feel that it is a performance. So essentially, you have to get into character. So there's certain aspects that are important, like your body language, like your facial expressions. All that contributes to having like a more charismatic dance, or like a more engaging dance. Um, yeah, so that's something that I feel myself I need to work on a little bit more or practice.
no, you can show me something which has a cultural significance. Like, I don't know. I like, for example, in Fort Worth, Texas, they have this cowboy thing, like some attitude or that swag of a cowboy.
Mhm.
But so in your culture, what is there? I'm sure there must be something.
Uh,
And I have some pictures.
yeah,
Uh,
I wouldn't know how to show you, especially because I have a big mess here in my house. But the region that I come from, it's called Jalisco, and we have a dance called Jarabe Tapatio, where it's a male and a female performance. But usually you put your hands behind your back and you like tap dance, or you jump up and
okay,
down and you go.
that's amazing. Yeah, we have something similar in Assam, which is like northeast of India. We also do something where we kind of, and males and females have different ways of movement, but it is very similar where they kind of do this kind of thing. So these things are so similar. Maria?
Yes, we also have like this. I I don't know the word in English, but it's like the in Spanish is the cortejo. It's like the what they meet each other, the female and the male, like animals, but it's like a dance. I think it's probably they come from the Spanish, the because it's very similar that Gilberto was telling. But in this one, women in Chile, women and men, they use like a scarf, like a scarf, and they move the scarf like this all the time. So the woman and the man, they move each other. The men come to where is the woman, and the woman moves away. And for the other side, the same, moving the scarf. And at the end of the dance, they come together. So
Nice. So both the man and the woman moves the scarf, or is it just the woman?
both,
Both.
both, but they use it different. They
Mhm.
use it different. The woman moves the scarf like all the time like this,
Uh-huh.
and the man he took the scarf and he does like this.
I
And she
see.
did, you know, and the woman does.
That's interesting.
Yes,
That's awesome. I,
we called it cueca, cueca. This is the folklore dance in Chile. It's the typical.
Nice. Yeah, I learned something today too. Yeah, the dance forms, expression, like my teacher would tell me that if nothing else moves, make sure your face is like facial expressions are moving, like you conveying a message through dance. And dance has been, a lot of it has been making rituals, like you were mentioning, but it has also got, sometimes, there is even like there's a dance form called Tandava, which is more like the god of destruction. Shiva is like dancing on dead bodies, so bringing about destruction. So there is a lot of destruction going around at this time. So it's a very fierce dance. So dance conveys emotions that were like hiding in some part of the body, and some people just move their heads and just like twirl and just are in a trance like situation. So dance is such a meditation. It helps us to let go of many. So sometimes it's anger, frustration, and you might have seen that there are certain some hip hop dances or certain dance forms which look very like it is a form of expression of some emotion. So it's not necessarily nice emotions. Sometimes emotions can, even difficult emotions can be put forth in a constructive manner through dance. So I find this is a great avenue to be. So yeah, I encourage you all to practice your form, whatever that helps you with your with your practice, and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.
I had a question for people that want to take up dancing. In your opinion, and I know there's people at all levels, but in your opinion, um, what are some of the most important traits a dancer should have?
So nothing special. Anybody can dance. But yeah, depending on skills, if you talk about skills, you may start from zero and you will definitely build on it. So it wouldn't happen. And like any art form, it is something that comes with practice. If today I start drawing pictures, I will be terrible at it. But if I keep doing on it, it's remember the origami event, like I was unable to learn. It took me 2 days to understand how to make a butterfly origami. But once I got it, it was not as pretty at the beginning, but eventually I got it and it started happening. So that's the same with any other kind of art. I feel like the more you practice once, and you have to have the intention to do that. Not everybody, dance is not everybody's cup of tea. There is no force here. But if that's something that interests somebody, then there are so many resources online. There are so many dance classes that are happening for free. And Bollywood, which is like the Hindi version of Hollywood, but it has got all these like amazing uh, dance videos. That is a great resource, free resource that one has. Sometimes I also don't understand the words that they say, but I like the rhythm. So I also like Matis Yahu. I think I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. He is a Jewish reggae singer. I can feel his that longing. So it really touched my heart. So I would encourage, like, you find something, whatever is your jam, and play some music, and that's the one thing we have right now. So I am grateful that we have these resources. I mean, it would have been so much more difficult if we didn't even have enough platforms like this to connect. So thank you guys.
Should I have one last question? I know dance transcends cultures, and there's a lot of fusion of dances. And you've certainly shared like how you fuse like your art style with like dance, martial arts, with meditation. So there's a lot of different inspirations you um, gather in your dance. But this might be a question that the community might have. Like, do you teach dance? Like, do you teach other people how to dance?
Yes, so I actually organized something with USRA in, I believe, in January, and three people showed up. And also, I'm going to have another workshop organized by Postdoc Association at UCLA, which would be 2 weeks from now on May 16th. So they will be sending, if you're a postdoc, you will get an email from PDA. So if you're interested, you can join. And yeah, if you have any opportunities for us, even online or in person, of course, not in person at this time, but online, if you have another opportunity for me to teach dance, I'll definitely love to share whatever little I know. And I welcome people to bring their ideas and we can work together and synthesize these ideas to see what works best for you. Because sometimes there is some steps like if I use a belly dancing movement, which I actually learned because I have done a workshop, I won't expect you to know that, right? And that may not be culturally appropriate for you. So whatever that is appropriate, but I liked like the thing that you said, like doing this, we have it similar for our, but we call it something different, completely different. So uh, we'll begin with what you have and what you want to work on and work as a team to help each other like pick up something because I think I I don't feel completely comfortable sharing all my personal problems with everybody, right? And that's probably true for many others. But joy is something that you can always share, and it may or may not touch another person, but it's always a way to best express yourself. So if there is nothing else, we can share what floats our boat. So yeah, so we can work together on these, and I would love to conduct more sessions. And we were talking before this recording started about how to like incorporate certain things in the form of an app. So moving forward, if that's something that you guys want to discuss and come up with more innovative ideas of how to build trust in the community, like by doing similar activities like these, and of course attendance is something based on someone's frame of mind at that point. If somebody is stressed, they may not connect to such events. So it is building the trust that this is a safe space. I think that's the first step we can work towards, and build the trust that even if somebody is having COVID at this time and whatnot, if that they will not be rejected by the community, and the resources are there to help rather than just detract you. So yeah, I just hope this thing helps people.
All right. Well, thank you very much. This has only been a very insightful and inspirational workshop. So I hope everybody who watches is able to reach out to you to get more information. I'll go ahead and post the link once again at the end of the video. And if anybody has any questions, Dr. Pal has shared her Facebook, so feel free to reach out to her. And thank you again for participating and for viewing this video.
Thank you, Gilberto. Thank you, Maria.